There are lots of things that Tesla's Cybertruck is. It's powerful, being happy to quite easily tow a Ford F-150 in a tug of war. It seats 6, which is more than your standard modern pickup truck. It's also bulletproof thanks to the 300 series or 30X cold-rolled stainless steel body panels that it's made from. And the glass, well, that's equally tough, with Tesla definitely playing up the apocalypse-ready nature this go-anywhere extra truck has. And of course, there's the design, which is something of a love it or loathe it thing. It's revolutionary in terms of its design, but perhaps also in terms of the statement you might be making if you drive one, at least according to some people. Making it both a good thing and a bad thing, depending on who you ask. Putting aside its controversial design though, there is one thing that everyone can agree on. Cybertruck is big. In its current form, it dwarfs the largest vehicle that's rolled off Tesla's production line to date, the Model X. Cybertruck's wheelbase is 28% larger than those of the Model X. It's also 16% longer, 4% wider, and 13% taller than Tesla's high-end luxury SUV. While that might be okay in markets like North America, where, there's a little extra more space to go around and things do tend towards being larger, it might not be the case in every market around the world. Take Europe, for example, where many North American vehicles just aren't available to buy, and where imported cars like US market pickup trucks and large SUVs like Cadillac Escalades, ones that have been imported through grey market means, tend to struggle on small country lanes and in tightly packed cities, which is why when Elon Musk noted earlier this year that Tesla was looking into revising the dimensions of Cybertruck to make it about 3% smaller overall, I and many others who comment on the industry weren't surprised. After all, Cybertruck has gained interest from all over the world, so it made sense to make sure it would be available for use in as many different markets as possible. A 3% reduction in overall dimensions would have made Cybertruck far more manageable in many overseas markets and busy city centres. But earlier today, Elon Musk confirmed that after going over the design of Cybertruck with Tesla's chief designer Franz von Holzhausen, the pair have agreed it just can't easily be shrunk. He said on Twitter, quote, "Revised design with Franz last night. Even 3% smaller is too small. We'll be pretty much this size. We'll probably do a smaller, tight world truck at some point." This directly contradicts a recent episode of Jay Leno's Garage featuring a prototype Cybertruck in which Elon told Jay that Cybertruck was 5% too big and that it needed to be shrunk in order to, quote, "fit into a normal garage." But since TV is often filmed months in advance, I'm going to assume that we should probably go by Elon's most recent tweet. Essentially, Cybertruck will remain the size it currently is. The announcement has already pleased many Tesla fans who see Cybertruck as being perfect the way it is. But for those who'd hoped to buy one outside of North America, well, it's looking less likely. Elon's cryptic tweet suggests that Tesla is looking at another pickup truck designed for Europe, but when exactly that will happen looks to be a little bit of the unknown. With multiple vehicles in development, I'm honestly finding it hard to believe that Tesla will find time to bring out a smaller Cybertruck in the next year or so, but I really hope to be proven wrong. Of course, we don't know for sure that non-North American customers will miss out on Cybertruck. It might sell everywhere. But certainly with my European hat on, I've always suspected that Tesla would find it hard to sell Cybertruck at its current dimensions and design when many European cities and roads struggle to accommodate modern cars. Owners of cars like the Land Rover Discovery Sport, Mercedes-Benz GLE, BMW X6 and Audi Q7 already find it hard to pass down many roads. Also on that list of wide cars and really narrow roads, the Tesla Model X, a car that's wider than the X6 and almost as wide as the Mercedes-Benz GLE. Cybertruck is wider than all of these vehicles and many other vehicles perceived as being huge by Europeans, but which are sometimes rarely found on European roads. This includes the current generation Ford F-150 pickup truck, which, by the way, is one of the many probable reasons why Ford offers the Ford Ranger in Europe but not the F-150. And yes, some US spec trucks are imported to Europe by enthusiasts, but many, many more are imported by US service personnel serving at military bases in the UK, Germany and elsewhere in the EU. It's not uncommon for personal pickups to accompany military families as they are posted overseas. But it's also not uncommon for those vehicles to very quickly end up on the used car market in whichever country they're in, after their owners discover just how much of a burden they can be to drive through tiny European villages and towns. I used to live pretty close to a US military base. Elon Musk's mention of a smaller pickup truck suggests that Tesla is following in Ford's path, producing a smaller, more compact variant of Cybertruck for markets where space is at a premium. Personally, I could see a standard 5 or 4-seat Cybertruck-like vehicle be offered and snapped up by eager Tesla customers. But there's one other fly in the ointment which I suspect had a part to play in Tesla's decision to keep Cybertruck the size it currently is. And it's not because Tesla decided it wasn't important for people to be able to fit Cybertruck in their garage, because in North America, most full-size pickups on the market don't fit in a regular car garage anyway. No, I suspect it's got more to do with crash test standards in Europe and other parts of the world. We've heard several times from experts at various crash test organisations and homologation bodies expressing concern that Cybertruck in its current form would be difficult or impossible to crash test or homologate. In Europe, for example, body panels must deform a certain amount to absorb impact energy. Add in regulations over light placement and pedestrian protections. That means no sharp angles, and I suspect Tesla came to a very simple realisation. A realisation that it's easier to sell Cybertruck as is in North America and other markets where it'd be easy to homologate, and then build something a little different and more in keeping with regulations for other markets. I should of course acknowledge at this point that this is all speculation, but given how much it costs to homologate a car for sale, covering everything from new parts that are compliant with local regulations to undergoing many crash tests to prove the car is safe, I suspect Tesla's approach is currently the smart one. But what about you? Are you outside of the US and hoping that you'll get a Cybertruck as revealed? Were you worried about the space? Or are you like me and you prefer a more traditional looking workhorse? Leave your thoughts below. That's it. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to help us make more videos like this, please do like, comment and subscribe. You can send us a couple of dollars our way every month through Patreon, or you can send us a coffee using Ko-fi. Thanks as usual to the folks scrolling by on my right. They are our charged up patrons. If you donate $15 a month to us, you will join them on this scrolling wall. If you donate $50 a month to Transport Evolved, you'll join Jeffrey Songster, John Lyons and Regine Fellows as our self-driving patrons. If ever they're in Portland, they will get a tour of our studio and some extra special goodies when we're on the road, while out of this world, zooming around the solar system in Elon Musk's former Roadster. Those are the Starman patrons, Marcel Watch, Reggie Watts, JP Fagerback and Sean Hudea get a personal tour of Portland if they're ever in town, complete with some great food from the team. We know where all the cool places to eat are in town. If you're looking for something else to watch from this channel, Google thinks you might enjoy this one, so check it out if you haven't, and I'll be back soon with more content for you all to enjoy. Until next time, wash your hands, stay safe, and keep evolving.